The second question, we are going to take a bit of a shift, which actually comes from the question stems from me reading your book. And you do have in your book you speak about the knee positioning in a squat. And there you bring the two examples of a squat done by an Olympic lifter and done by a power lifter. And due to my lack of knowledge, I was kind of confused about the different knee positions that, and kind
Mhm,
of like what the knee positions entail for the squat.
mhm. Okay, so why is this so important? Because we humans we need role models. We're imitating, not intimidating, but imitating other human beings. That means, how do you teach a toddler to shake somebody's hand? Like, you're not going to teach the toddler, like, walk up to a person, like, stop 30 meters before them, look them in the eyes, get your hand out of your pockets, like, have your elbow at 90 degrees, open up your hand, and then squeeze it. This is not how you teach shaking a hand. Like, kid sees dad or mom walking up to somebody and shaking the hand, and then it's just going to imitate it and be like, okay, this is how you shake your hand, and I'm going to do the exact same thing as mom did when she said hi to whatever grandpa.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. This is the same concept that happens now in squatting, because we watch videos of either Olympic weightlifters or whatever CrossFitters, whoever is squatting, and we're trying to imitate this. But the base of the squat is something different. And let me explain. And I use the example of Olympic weightlifter versus a powerlifting squat because it's so different. In Olympic weightlifting, your knees shoot as much forward as you can just to make sure your hips can literally drive under the barbell, because being upright is kind of crucial when you're snatching a lot of weight. And this is the requirement of your sport. That's the best position you can be in for stabilizing as much weight as possible overhead. That's the requirement of snatching, of Olympic weightlifting. In powerlifting, on the contrary, every single powerlifter in the powerlifting competition squats with his knees above his ankles. There's zero chance of squatting 300, 350 kilos while your knees shooting forward. What's the base behind it? And that's my whole point. We have to make sure, okay, which bone position, that means the big thigh, is the best one for engaging the big muscles, which is the hamstring and the glutes, mainly in squatting. So that's how we start teaching the squat to normal people. That means your knees are going to stay over your ankles. The end of your big thigh bone is your knee, by the way. Um, and the knee stays over your knees for as long as possible while doing, for example, box squats, to make sure your hamstrings and your glutes can actually start working. I'm not saying that just by shooting your knees forward, your hamstring and your glutes can't work anymore. That's not what I'm saying. But we have to start teaching the hamstring and glute principle as picture perfect as possible. And then you can do your sport, whether that's a powerlifting, squatting, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, or running, or playing tennis, because there you're going to be in suboptimal positions, which is normal for doing a sport. But you can't do that in your training. You have to train, I would say, picture perfect in a sense of obeying to the rules. And then you can slightly adapt the rules for your sport. If you do the other way around, guess what? Your knee is going to take the beating, your hip's going to take the beating. But we have to train principles in training, which is max hamstring engagement, max glute engagement. And then you can do whatever you want with your hamstrings and glutes with it.